So we obviously started Mikrokosmos.
Yeah, we're with Ryan and with Marcus as well. We all sat down together one day in our old studio before we moved here.
Just on the guitar. How's that make you feel?
I just feel like the concert's ended and I'm close to tears, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
Hi, welcome to TTK. Right, guys, today we're joined by legends that be Max and Matt from Arcades.
Hello.
How's it going?
How are you guys doing on this fine Thursday? Thursday?
Yeah.
It's definitely a Thursday. We're going to act like we've not already been here for an hour and a half talking about everything that we're going to talk about in this video. Basically, this channel we talk about K-pop, as you guys will know, and you have dabbled, it's fair to say,
A little bit, yeah.
in co-writing songs for some fairly popular Korean acts, and so we thought we'd talk to you about it, which we have done for the last hour now. Can you, I guess for people that may be watching this video that don't know who you are, what is your background? What do you do?
Well, me and Max have both been kind of doing production for many years, like separately.
Too long. Don't want to say how long.
Yeah, but for the last sort of 3 years we started working together as producers, and yeah, obviously, you know, we did the BTS stuff recently, which has been a real highlight for us. It's obviously been incredible.
Yeah, so we both kind of started playing guitar when we were teenagers, and we're doing band stuff, and ended up sort of working our way into production in different ways, and yeah, then ventured into doing dance music, and then did like house, and then, you know, tropical house and future bass,
and we don't jump on trends.
I'm getting that.
I feel like we crossed every genre and tried to like get good at everything.
Yeah, I mean, the irony is that we kind of, by doing that and kind of jumping out, you know, Chainsmokers is out and we're like, what should we do? Let's try Chainsmokers then and John. Kai goes out, whoa, let's jump into tropical house. But at the same time, what it ended up happening was that eventually we kind of like started just merging all the things that we knew together and having a sound that sort of became ours, and that's when things started really happening for us. So I guess, you know, from a production point of view, I would never ever turn around and say that it's a bad thing to do that.
It's probably really helpful as well when it comes to writing for or with K-pop artists, because K-pop's kind of famous in the sense that it's like having a personality crisis in a song. Like, you go from something that's really EDM to something that's just like a Latin guitar, and you're like, that's all in one song. So,
and it sounds great.
Yeah, incredible.
Like, yeah, it's like there's so many opportunities. Like, you could throw things together and it just gonna sound like a mess. The K-pop stuff, when they do it, it sounds fantastic. Yeah, it's like, so it's definitely been wise for us to kind of like try and dabble in as many areas as possible.
100%. So you said a minute ago that you have done some stuff for BTS. Like, where did you start? How did you start?
So yeah, one of our managers, a guy called James Vu, he's been mixing all of the BTS singles for like the last 7 years, and all 7 years, and yeah, so he's done all the singles. He started looking after us.
He played us BTS years ago as well, and he was the one that really sort of brought us that to our attention. Am I Wrong was the first song that I heard, because obviously he had been working on it with the boys. But we could pretend and say that Persona was our first like time of trying to get, you know, the attention of BigHit and stuff.
Yeah.
But if we're being honest, during the Love Yourself era, we did actually pitch a song. Is the first thing that really struck us was that they don't kind of like, there's no judgment, there's no like, oh no, we can't. There's none of that. They are so positive and they're so helpful, and above all, they're so loyal. Like, they literally, if you look at the credits of the albums, they use the same people over and over. They might bring new people in, but they'll still use the old ones as well.
You've done how many songs now for BTS and also TXT as well?
Yeah, so 4 in total, including 3 for BTS and 1 with TXT.
Yeah, and which are those for people that aren't aware?
So Mikrokosmos, Jamais Vu, both from Persona, and then Jamais Vu is again on 7.
Repackage.
Yeah, and Inner Child.
Yes.
Inner Child being the Tae solo.
So I want to ask, this is purely for my, like,
go on.
What was your favourite one to work on out of them? And what the end product?
I have a favourite.
That
it's probably going to be the same.
Mikrokosmos.
Yeah.
I knew you were both going to say,
Like-
'cause you were playing it earlier, like and I recorded it for my Instagram story. You
did.
was playing it on the guitar, and I was like, can you just keep doing that?
That next to me.
You also got my hints so well.
Mikrokosmos kind of started with, obviously we worked on this one. We work a lot with a guy called Ryan Laurie as well.
Oh yeah.
And he's great because get the guitars, drums, the synths, and Ryan sits and sort of batters about a whole load of melodies and lyrics, which obviously just is really for placeholding reasons.
Like a filler for them.
A filler, exactly, because then what you do is you know if the song is going to come from that place, and it doesn't always, you know, there's probably, I would say 70% of the album is just done in-house, you know, P-Dog, Supreme Boy, all the producers over there. When it comes from the angle that we send a production out, it's like got so many different versions, like with melodies and stuff. So we obviously started Mikrokosmos.
Yeah, we're with Ryan and with Marcus as well. We all sat down together one day in our old studio before we moved here.
Just on the guitar. How does that make you feel?
I just feel like the concert's ended and I'm close to tears, and I don't know why.
Yeah. So, but it's weird because for us, this one feels so organic. It's just, it's. I just remember as I was sitting down, grabbing the guitar, and we were like, "That's it."
Yeah.
Like we
Yeah,
don't need to.
really.
We don't need to work on anything else.
Yeah.
That's it. Done. And then every so often there's like a song that you work on. It could just be the guitar part. It could be a vocal. It could be anything. And all of a sudden you just get that feeling. You're like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
this is special.
Yeah, the easy way
Like-
to tell for me as well is like when we finish the session and head home, like in the car on the way home, I'm like, I'm listening to the song, and then I
Yeah.
get home and I'm like, I'm gonna listen to the song again. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna make some dinner. I'm just gonna have another listen to the song.
And Big Hit are, I put it on the record, genius. They know exactly what they want, what they don't want, and you know when we'd worked with them on this song, they came straight back and they were like, okay, can you give us the stems? We gave them the stems and they were like re-edited the thing, sent it back, and then they're like, right, there's a new section, like let's sort of start working on a rap bit. And I'm like, oh my god, it's like a guitar song. But talking about a rap bit, it's like, is it gonna work? Surely. And then we put it in, and then they were like, right, now this ending, we go, and I'm like, oh god, it's already like 3 minutes. I'm like that typical kind of like, you know, UK radio head on me. I'm like, it's already 3 minutes. What you want an extra section for? It's just like,
Yeah, how many times do we get told to cut out sections from the song?
yeah, constantly
Yeah.
in the UK, you're being told like make it short, make it short, make it short. They were like, make it longer, make it longer, make it longer. I mean, when I heard what the middle eight and everything come back, I was like, oh my god, I just wanted to listen to the middle eight over and over again.
Yeah.
Like, I just like
It fits so well.
the whole thing, and then the big woes at the end. We hadn't even, you know, thought about that element to it.
I'm intrigued about the writing process. So did BigHit say come to you with like, we want a stadium track, we want something, or that, you know, we want to talk about friendship in this song, can you come up with something that can sort of base around that? Off you go.
They're not
How much guidance do you have?
super specific. They did come to us. I think this was just after 1975's album came out, Brief Inquiry into Online Relationships. Just after that came out, and so they sent us one of those songs as a potential reference.
Big Hit or BTS have a sound of their own. You know, you listen to an album and every song sounds different, but every song sounds like BTS.
Yeah.
So they kind of like know that they can, I guess, borrow from certain influences, but it's always going to end up sounding just like the boys because they have that thing that they, in their songs, that just sounds like them and no one else. Like Inner Child, actually, when they sent an email to us and they were like, oh, you know, we're one of the songs that we're sort of wanting to work on with a sort of 90s sort of feel, like
R&B.
this sort of like slightly R&B tinge, if there's anything in the, you know, you guys have anything. And we were like, right, okay, we sent like 3 or 4 R&B tracks over, and I was like, but we have this song, it's kind of like at the time, future bass, sort of like nothing like
Did
what they
not
asked
fit
for.
what they asked
Because I said to you, I was
at all.
like, should we send it? You were like, oh no, let's not. And we were like,
They'll think we're crazy.
How much did you know about BTS before going into this? Or do you find sometimes it's harder if you know too much about a group or an artist to write with them or for them?
I feel like I had quite a good insight because I used to work for James Reynolds and did his assistant work. So when it came time to running stems or, you know, preparing a mix for him to do, I would be sorting through every vocal, that was recorded by the band, and all of P Dog's productions all laid out in front of me. And I could like get a good insight into how everything was created and pieced together. That helped in a way, knowing how they structure things. And
yeah, I guess also because when we first started working on like productions and stuff for them, I remember a couple of times I questioned a few things. I was like, oh, should we do this? And you were like, they would do this.
Yeah.
Like
yeah, when you've got the ad-lib channels in front of you, you can literally see how much detail there is going into each one of these, and like how busy they are as well. So production, because when you listen to the track, it's hard to fully get what's going on.
What's
do you want to get the award down?
Can I get the award down? So this was from the official charts company. Which is the UK official charts. Yeah, the UK official charts. Presented to arcades. It says on there, written.
That's when you're eligible to get one. And yeah, I mean, the awards cost quite a bit of money, but some people will get them bought for them and things. We saved up our money and we thought, like, this is gonna look really cool. So we had to get it. We had to get it 100%. We obviously worked on Mikrokosmos and Jamais Vu with the guys, and then on 7 Inner Child. Yeah. So we are eligible for a second one.
Oh, yeah.
But
just we are for that one.
No.
For maybe a UK artist, what is the normal process when it comes to working with you guys? Is it on a song?
The normal process is to be all in a room together and kind of do that for the whole process. So if the artist's in the room and we're making a song with them, then they'll want to be there for the whole process, start to finish. So it's kind of unique the way that we work with Korean artists. We've never been sadly to Korea, but we're planning to.
Oh, snap!
Yeah,
we'll just come with you.
Go.
Yeah, and I'll carry your awards.
Totally.
Just in my backpack.
So you say Korean artists, so obviously you work with other people other than BTS?
Yes, well, we did TXT stuff as well,
Oh,
and we've got other projects that are in the works.
Okay.
We can't talk about.
Can't talk about, but they may have told us off camera.
No, they haven't.
Do you know what? For me, it's not really so much the distance, because it actually, even though there's a huge distance there, it gets done really quickly. Like I said, obviously I mentioned earlier, Kit, they know exactly. Like if we send them out 10 songs, like they'll pick up the ones that are they can hear straight away, and then they know exactly what to do with them. Okay. And some of them are quite
work on quite a short schedule as well, because of how busy the boys are, touring all the time.
Yeah.
That they need to turn stuff around fast. So
And they release, I mean, up until recently, they were releasing fairly regularly albums, which I guess for artists elsewhere in the world is not normal. Like, Adele releases one every 4 years.
It does get turned around so fast, but the amazing thing is that the quality is always like sometimes they talk about the difficult second album, because like you've used all your ideas for an album 1, and then it comes to album 2, you got to turn it around so quick that it doesn't come out as good. But like the boys' stuff is just getting better and better and better and better, and that's what you constantly read about on everything that's ever written about them is that, oh my god, it's better than that one, it's better than that one, it's better. So, and the results are kind of showing, like the sales just keep going up, the numbers are going up, the stadium tours are getting bigger. It's
exactly.
like,
what has the reaction been to your involvement on the track? I imagine overall very positive.
Yeah, it's been really positive. I mean, they're all been super sweet. I kind of feel like I've made a bunch of new friends.
Yeah, it does feel like being part of a big family of people online.
Yeah, I definitely feel like I've made a bunch of new friends. Well, I actually have. Like on Twitter, we did a video, and we got a whole load of people to like send in for a song that we'd put out under Arcades, and everybody sent in like some of the lyrics. And before they'd even heard the song, we were like, who wants to be involved? And these are all guys that we'd met through BTS and ARMY and stuff, and they were all like, yeah, great. And sent us these videos back of them like holding up the words that they had no idea what was even going to sound like. And it was just
you could have cut that into anything.
It really, and the end result was just so beautiful, because it was like they were all, everybody's so enthusiastic and warm and just wanted to be part of it and wanted to be, and that's kind of how I feel about the whole ARMY experience, is that it's been very inclusive and welcoming, and making you sort of feel part of it. And you know, in return, you just feel like a fan of the band. You don't feel like you're working with them. You just feel like a fan. Like you get excited. They're oh my god, did you hear what happened last night? Like, what happened last night?
We spoke about this off camera, but might as well talk about it now. There's this because you mentioned that Army Dad video. What I found really interesting, and it's I say media,
Love
but
that
I feel
Army
like,
Dad video.
Thanks very much. But like, none of us. I mean, you guys actually make the songs, but like, we're not screaming teenage girls. But there's this generalization of BTS fans in being screaming teenage girls. But it's like which is wrong, obviously, because I don't think that's the case. I mean, they're definitely there because I've been to the concert.
Yeah.
But the breadth of people that we've spoken to that like BTS, and it's weird because it's like this. You hit it on the head. It's like this energy that everyone gets from listening to it. Like everyone just vibes to it, and it's like these mums that we've also interviewed. They run to Barrier too. They're like, I'm gonna get Barrier.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's so interesting, and I just think that there's not much outlet for that sort of energy anymore. So when bands like BTS come along, it gives some people to stand behind it, and I enjoy that.
My thought is though, like, what matters even if it was young teenage girls, because
Yeah.
I think teenage girls set trends. Like,
They're doing the full global takeover.
Yeah.
The same way the Beatles did. It just like starts in one place and then just goes everywhere.
do you think though? Oh, sorry, go on.
I was going to say it's always really nice to read the stories that the press share about, you know, BTS, like matching all these records that the Beatles held and sometimes beating them. Because, you know what, the Beatles are just seen, let's not lie, they're always seen as like the band.
Yeah.
That you know, they did. So if you're ever going to be compared to a band, surely
You may as well.
that's the one that you want to be compared to.
So, what are your perspectives on BTS being played on the radio? Because it doesn't really happen unless they're in the chart, and then they're not really in a regular playlist.
Yeah.
Do you think it matters to them? Because they're clearly doing well without it anyway.
Such a hard one because
I mean, how often do you listen to the radio?
that's true. Actually, that's a point.
Yeah.
That is very true. And I don't listen to the radio really that much.
Sometimes in the car.
Yeah,
I just have such good taste in music that I don't want to listen to the radio.
I'm my own best
Like,
DJ. I don't.
yeah. It's obviously a really nice nod.
Yeah.
It's more of a respect thing for me. It's like, be respectful and play, you know, it's like, oh well, if they're going to become big, then we'll play them. But it's like, well look, they're massive.
Yeah.
I'm not going to play them, it's their loss, you know.
Yeah, but is that a good thing? Is that something that you can then turn around and be like, well, do you know what? They are that big, and they're not even on radio as much as they should be.
It's just run online. Everything is online. I remember when Lauv was doing really well on Spotify. I think he hit 1 billion streams, and I'd never heard him on the radio.
Yeah, okay. You know, the Big Hit is clearly aware of what they want, but also you guys know what they want as well.
Yeah,
Really
and
interesting.
the nice thing having that guitar background is that it's kind of like that's kind of like all sort of the stars have aligned with that, because it seems to be whenever there's a need for a guitar type based thing, and even with the TXT thing, they sent us an email and said we want to do a live version of Runaway. So we had nothing to do with Runaway, but they said like, oh, we need a live version of it for this award show, and we're looking at, you know, having some guitars and stuff. So they came straight to us, which is a massive compliment. But also it got us to live out our like pop punk. Like
because it's rockier.
Our pop punk fantasy. Like
Actually, maybe I could put in a request. If you could just rewrite all of BTS's discography, but in a rock version, just like anthemic rock, I think I'd be there for that. And you don't need to put it online anyway. I'll just have it. Okay, that sounds great.
Would it be like the Kenny Ellis Wicked sort of soundtrack thing?
What you've got coming out? What's coming on?
It's our single Stars featuring Prides. That's coming out on 13th of March.
Are you excited? Tell me.
Yes, very excited.
How would you describe the song? Like, what is the vibe?
We'll play it to you in a second if you
I
want.
would like that.
We're going to get an exclusive.
It's pop, but it's kind of got a dance feel, and it's slightly 80s sounding, and it's very synth driven and full of energy. But also with Stuart from Pride, his vocals are so emotional that it's kind of like that. Yeah,
He's great.
he's
We
brilliant.
were a massive fan of Pride's anyway,
Yeah.
so it's really nice to work with bands that you already sort of look up to and listen to. You know what I mean? And also they have a Scottish connection.
Yeah.
So
Get that
Wait,
in
you're Scottish?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
well, that's debatable. I got my DNA results back.
Oh.
Yeah.
65% English.
I'm so sorry.
What you gonna
I got mine back, and I'm 98% English, so I'm so boring.
Wow.
And then I've got 2% Iberia, which is Spain. Which is weird because my great grandparents are from Italy, so I'm like, I don't know how where'd Spain come into it?
Yeah.
They lied.
Iberia. Well, turns out I got mine back.
Which wins? So
Turns out I'm 100% that bitch. Get it,
What?
Lizzo? Everyone wants to find you on social. Where can we find you? What are your
I think
ads?
we're at Arcades UK
everywhere.
across the board, right?
Right, YouTube,
Yeah.
Twitter.
the link will be down below as
I'm gonna
well.
put it in the description
Yeah,
so you
great.
can check them out.
Also, we played a game where you played us very popular BTS songs backwards.
Yeah, that's on Twitter
And
somewhere.
that's going to be on Twitter at some point, and I'm already dreading it.
We actually listened to some of the earlier copies of like Mikrokosmos and stuff, and can we say that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
He's really worried about
fangirl.
saying something.
No, I don't want to. I don't know. I can and can't say, but I've heard. I've heard things I never thought I'd hear before. No, I've heard like
Whole new
the
experience.
saplings of songs that turned into something that we all now know.
Yeah.
But it was just such a weird experience to hear like an echo of a song you kind of know, but that's not it.
Yeah.
It's just bizarre, but I loved
Yeah.
it. Yeah, that's the end of that sentence.
that sentence is done.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, please make sure you press the subscribe button and the bell button next to it, and then press allow all notifications. Do all three of those things because
It's good for your health.
that's what you're supposed to do as a YouTube watcher. And we'll see you guys again next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.